Greetings my friends, this is slicedlime. How are you doing? Earlier this week, Sarge hinted on Twitter that there was an undiscovered feature relating to how you can control mobs in Minecraft 1.8.3. The community banded together and started hunting for this feature, and eventually a redstoner called Disco figured this out. So it turns out you can control where mobs go and what they attack. There are a lot of gotchas and problems with how this works, but I've used it to make something, and I believe this is one of the first uses of this feature, so that's pretty cool. I've used it to make Necromancy in vanilla Minecraft 1.8.3 using command blocks. So you can summon your own skeleton army, and you can tell it to go places and you can tell it to attack things. You perform this ritual to summon a skeletal minion by throwing 3 bones on the ground and then throw on a piece of redstone dust, 1 piece of rotten flesh, and a spider eye. So you throw on a bit of magical dust and a bunch of dead body parts to get a skeletal minion. This also gives you 2 snowballs, one called move order and one called attack order. Now I can throw these in a direction to get my skeletal minions to do things. If I throw a move order, they will walk towards that position until one of them is close to it, and then they'll stop walking. If I throw an attack order and hit something, like a player or a mob, your skeletal army will try to walk there and try to kill it. But like I said, it's very, very hard to get them to behave properly, so your skeletal army is kind of full of derp. But it's a pretty neat proof of concept. I pretty much know how to make it better, I think. But I've also spent better part of 2 days on this already, so it'll have to remain in kind of proof of concept form. The way this works is, we're going to spectator form. You can kind of see that there's a small baby zombie in here. So each of your skeletal minions is comprised of 2 mobs, 1 skeleton and 1 zombie. And if you take a close look when I throw this, what happens is a splash potion will detonate on top of these guys. And let's see if I can... Yes. So this guy will run here to where there was an invisible villager. So the way you control where this guy goes is by hitting this baby zombie that's invisible inside of this mob with a splash potion that has data written to it as if it was thrown by this invisible villager. This causes the zombie to become angry with the villager and try to go there. When he gets close enough, we kill the villager, and so he stops, and then we switch his AI off. So both the mobs have their AI turned off for most of the time until you give them an order. We switch the AI on, tell them to do something. Same thing happens if I throw an attack order on the sheep. See, there's a villager there again to get the skeleton to go here. Then that disappears. We throw another splash potion on this. This time it's meant to hit the skeleton, and what it does is make the skeleton angry with the mob and get him to shoot it. Or do other questionable things. Look away, children. There are a fair number of command blocks involved in the system and a bunch of scoreboards. Most of them dealing with keeping track of whether it's an attack or a move you're holding, state of all the involved entities. And then every time you issue an order, there's actually like 8 or so commands that trigger to make sure that the skeleton and the zombie actually don't take that much damage from the splash potion, but they still do take damage so that they will get angry. This actually also works with snowballs, so you can summon a snowball that will immediately hit an entity, and that will cause it to get mad and run after whatever entity you want. The problem with this is that the snowball will only hit 1. In this case, we need them to hit both the skeleton and the zombie. Now, it would be really nice if we could just have a skeleton and just tell that to go attack whatever it is we want to be attacked. However, the skeleton is really, really lazy, and it doesn't really walk any distance at all to attack something. So, if you want it to walk more than like 10 blocks or so, you have to use a zombie, and zombies don't attack just about anything. They're only interested in players or villagers, which is why we have to spawn in a villager and get it to walk to that. So once the zombie is close enough to the target, we'll kill the villager again, and then we spawn an armor stand inside the target. That is what the skeleton eventually ends up shooting at. So if we go back to this awkward situation here, and we go back to spectator mode, we can see that inside the sheep there's a small armor stand. The reason we don't tell it to directly fire at the sheep is that the system is based off on specifying the UUID, the Universal Unique Identifier of the entity. Those have to be set at spawn time, you can't change them. Oh, he woke up. That's nice. Anyway, that makes us have to summon an armor stand with a known UUID for it to shoot at. Anyway, I will be making a longer tutorial and an advanced commands tutorial on this later. But I wanted to show you this system. It's kind of derpy, but it kind of works in the way that early inventions on a new feature usually are. I'm pretty sure that this will be refined, and I'm pretty sure that we'll see some really cool inventions with this going forward. If you want to try it out for yourself, I will be including a link in the video description to the world download for this demo world. I hope you found it interesting anyway, and thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.